Welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into Unintentional Love Story. We're diving into episode 8, end of episode 7. Started basically what I've been expecting and dreading to happen the entire series since we started this little romance, where it seems as though Taejun is now finding out the secret. And I was hoping that baby boy is going to be able to get to him in time and tell him beforehand, but he just kept losing nerve or finding reasons not to do it just then. So now we got to see how this is going to affect the relationship, and also hopefully we're going to get some more development with our little side ship. So let's just dive on in and find out. It's so hard for me to watch my sweet boy going through all of this distress like this, but again, I have been saying this. I've been prepping us for this episode since episode 1. I said since then this was the trajectory that this storyline was going to take. They were going to fall in love and they were going to end up breaking up, getting hurt, because the secret is going to come out. That is how these storylines always go down. That's just how it happens. And unfortunately, baby boy just could not get up the courage to tell Taejun in time before someone else broke it to him. And just like I've been saying for the last couple episodes, Taejun kind of echoed that sentiment at the beginning of this episode when he, rolled up into Won Young's pension and was like basically dropping hints and like, hey, is there something you want to tell me? What about this company? Blah, 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 like dropping the hint, just be honest with me. And he came back in, he stormed back in and, pinned him up against the bed. I'm like, oh, hello. But then I realized that he wasn't trying to do no sexy time stuff. He was just really, really angry. And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe you can just back up off me just a little bit. But, he rolled up in there and he's like, even if you had just admitted it just now, I would have been upset. I would have been angry and hurt, but I still would have considered it because I figured, maybe you had your reasons, this, that, the other, but no, you chose your company and you chose whatever opportunity. So we're done. Let's not see each other anymore. And at that point, since his trust had already been broken and he was giving him a second chance, giving him the opportunity to come clean, and he chose not to come clean. Again, because he is scared, and I get it. Us as the audience understand where, Won Young's coming from. But since he gave him this other opportunity and he still chose not to take it, Taejun is now seeing it as, okay, it's just another repeat. It's just somebody else trying to use me. And it doesn't matter what this person says at this point, because of the fact that they did not tell me in the first place. I had to hear from some other outside source. And now I'm giving them the opportunity to tell me to my face, and they're still not doing it. They're just lying about it again. I can't trust a single thing that they say. And I get it. I understand it. So as much as I want them to have their magical fix and for a hug, for Won Young to hug him and that just be enough to magically fix this, or for him to, give a nice rousing speech and for Taejun's heart to just melt. Like, as much as I would love that to happen, I 100% understand where Taejun is coming from. And I honestly, same. I do the same. I've had my feelings hurt. I've had my heart hurt before. It sucks. Lots of us have. And some of us, it makes us a little bit hardened. Some of us, it makes us build up a wall, and it makes it harder for us to let ourselves love or let ourselves feel those sort of romantic inclinations towards people. I know I'm a terribly jaded person. I don't really have plans of dating in the future. Not that I'm against the idea of it, but like I said, I'm terribly jaded, and I've just grown to a place where I'm very comfortable and happy on my own. So I don't really feel the need or the desire to. I've got lots of friends and people who are like, Topher, when are you going to put yourself back out there? You shouldn't, keep all of this to yourself. You should be, put yourself out on the market, go out on dates, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't feel like it. I'm very happy. I've grown to a very comfortable place on my own, and it just feels like a weird notion for me to try and bring somebody else into this world, this bubble that I've cultivated for myself. Who knows? Maybe some point in the future that might change, but it's definitely out, and I'm I'm conscious of it. I'm not living delusionally or anything like that, but like it's very much born out of heartache and whatnot that experienced years and years and years and years ago, that dealt with at by this point, dealt with, moved on, even to this day still great friends. But yeah, just it started out as not really wanting to go through that again. So this self-preservation, I just won't let people near me. People don't need to get near me. They can't hurt me, that sort of thing. And then it's over the years just kind of grew into a habit, a comfort level. And now I'm just comfortable by myself. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyone who's like truly been hurt, they can probably relate to what Taejun's going through at this point, because if you've been hurt on such a deep emotional level and then having it happen multiple times, you don't want to go through that again. So every time it happens, that wall gets built up stronger and stronger and stronger, and you just keep shutting love out even harder. So the fact that he let Wonyoung in and is feeling betrayed like this, it hurts even more. It hurts even more. So I can understand wholeheartedly everything that he was doing throughout this episode. Every time he dismissed Wonyoung, every action he made, whether he was cold or whatever, everything that he did, I can understand. I feel like they did a really good job of showing just the kind of emotional push and pull back and forth that Taejun's character was going through, because you could still see, even though his words were saying, I don't have any more feelings for you, I don't want to see you ever again, blah, blah, blah. There's still those moments, those glimpses where you could see it in his eyes, or you could hear it in his words or in his text messages or whatever it is, that he still cares. He still cares. You don't just get over that stuff overnight, those feelings overnight. Even if you've been hurt in the heart, you don't just boom, forget it. So it's like he still cares. And I feel like they're doing this great job of showing him still care, but then also trying to keep Wonyoung at arm's length and just, I'm not going to let you close to me. I don't trust you. You broke my trust. I may love you, but you broke my trust. Because again, sometimes love is just not enough. There's other things that go into making a successful relationship. Love is not always enough. I wish love were enough, but unfortunately it is not. So I love you. I do. But I can't trust you right now because you lost that. And it's just this back and forth that's so relatable, and I just love that portrayal. Meanwhile, my sweet boy Wonyoung is out here just going through it, because again, it was not his intention for things to go this way. His intent, it may have started out with, okay, let me find him for you, blah, blah, blah. But then even at the beginning, first episode, when he first found him and he called the chairman, he's like, oh, I found him, blah, blah, blah. He thought that was it. He thought that was going to be all he was going to have to do. And then the chairman is the one who came up with this whole plan. Okay, keep tabs on him. See, become his friend. Do this. See if you can convince him to come back. So it's like, it wasn't really his idea, but he's not great at confrontation. And he's kind of sometimes a little bit of a pushover, somewhat of a yes man in the office. So when the chairman posed this plan, it's like, okay, I can get you your job back. Well, he's like, okay, sure, I guess. It's not that he wanted to do this, go along with his plan, but he's like, okay. So it started out not innocent, but it started out coming from a place, yes, of deception, but very quickly grew out of that and just really wanted to get to know this guy and really enjoy this person as a human, not as a job opportunity. So it doesn't make it any better what he did, But still, it's hard to see him hurting like this, because he felt like not an innocent bystander, but he felt like someone who had not good intentions coming into this, but I don't know. It didn't feel like malicious intent coming from, I've never felt malicious intent coming from the sweet boy, basically. He made some stupid decisions. We all make stupid decisions. But I've never felt malicious intent coming from it. I've never felt him coming into the situation like, okay, I'm gonna hurt him. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna get this job. Like, that's never been the case. So it hurts to see him going through all of these emotions and just doing everything in his power to get Won Young to understand him. And like the last conversation they had outside the restaurant or the bar or wherever they were, with the rest of the ceramics group, was very telling. And I really, really appreciate it, because Won Young was basically saying, hey, you can be upset at me for this. If you feel that, if you're upset at me because I came into this and deceived you, and that hurt your feelings, fine, that is okay. But if you're out here questioning that my feelings are real and saying that they are not real, saying that I was faking all of this stuff just so I could get this job or something, that is not okay. It is okay if you are upset at me. It's okay if you hate me. It's okay if we don't get back together. That's fine. But I need you to know that at no point were my feelings fake. The reason why I came into this might have been fake, but my feelings were real the whole time. I need you to understand that. I'm like, okay, please, conversations, make these things clear. And I feel like that, more so than any other crying and begging or blah, 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 that could have gone down throughout the episode, I feel like that was the most effective way for Won Young to reach Taejun at this point. Because I feel like anything else Won Young would say, Taejun would be able to just write off as, okay, he is just saying this to try and make me feel better, to try and, make up with me so he can get something else out of me. But I feel like in that moment, it's like, okay, we don't need to be together. You can be mad at me, that's fine. But I just need you to understand that these feelings were real. They still are. And I'm going to keep trying. You going to keep seeing my goddamn face. I'm going to keep trying until I get you to understand that. You may not still want to be with me at the end of the day, but you're going to keep seeing me until you understand the fact that my feelings were real. Okay? So prepare. You're going to be seeing a lot of me. I'll let you have your little lunch with the ladies now, but you're going to see a lot of me. And again, at the end there, you and I both saw where Taejun, he cares. He cares. The second the lady walked out with his jacket, he's like, I thought it'd be cold, so I brought his jacket. He raced into his car and down the street. But, he still couldn't let himself fully give in to those feelings of concern and care yet. Again, his trust hasn't broken, so he's keeping Won Young at arm's length. But he's like, he needs this coat. So he gave it to a lady, and lady walked up to Won Young. Like Won Young's like, someone told me to give you this. Bye. And then saw him just across the street. And he's like, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm going to keep trying. Keep trying to find out some way to get you to believe me. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. It's just such good acting, such good relatable writing. And yes, this overall scenario is very cliche. Again, I called it from episode 1. This is nothing new. This is not a new storyline, but I feel like they are handling it so well. And yeah. And then we got a little bit of positive development between Hote and it's not Hyung. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. But between Hote and the other guy, I could still use some more. We've got 2 whole episodes left, so there's still plenty of time for us to dive down that rabbit hole with them. There's plenty of time for us to fix Wonyoung and Taejun. There's plenty of time for us to get Hote and Baby Boy patched up and, you know, still end the series with a nice 2 ships sailing. Does it have to happen? No, but there is time for us to, because they've been really good about using their time and exploring some of these. Like, I just came off of reacting to the last couple episodes of June and June, and I said in those reactions where it's happy ending, it's great, but it did feel like we're just kind of, oh, okay, we're running out of time, we're gonna tie up this loose end, okay, perfect bow, and we just kind of jumped from here to here, and I wanted to see this exploration of these ships. So I feel like they're using their time really, really effectively in this series. I'm optimistic that we're going to get an adequately explored journey with our 2 ships. So I'm going to stop babbling, get myself a drink, and dive into the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.